everybody. Welcome back to All Read What She's Reading. I'm Reggie.
I'm Kennedy.
I'm Michaela.
And today we are going to discuss the book club book of December, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. Nice. And we're excited to chat about it. Felt like it was a good Christmas, but like rom-com. Like, I don't know. It felt like a good pick. So I'm excited to discuss it. But before we begin, we are going to tell you our book club book for January. We're going to start off the year strong with Michaela. Do us the honors.
You guys have been asking and asking. So we're delivering with a bang for 2025. Quicksilver. I don't remember who's
Callie Hart?
Yes. Callie Hart, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we flipped a coin.
We did flip a coin. It was between Quicksilver or From Blood and Ash, and Quicksilver won.
It did. So
Now,
I'm excited.
I don't know anything about this book. I haven't read the synopsis, and we wanted to start reading the synopsis for you guys on the episode so you know what the next book club book is about. I don't know if I want to know.
I don't want to know
I
if
don't
I
know
want
if
to
I
know
want to know either.
I want to go in blind.
I know it's about Fae. It's obviously fantasy. So for all you fantasy listeners, you're going to eat this up, I think. It's been very popular on TikTok. A lot of people have talked about it. It's also been picked up by a production company. I don't know what one.
Netflix. Am I wrong?
Netflix.
I think that sounds right. I don't know.
I want to say Netflix, which is wild. This book
didn't
came
she
out.
post about it?
She did post about
So
it,
maybe
yeah.
we're gonna fact
Did this
check.
really? This did not come out December 2024.
It's been republished with a new cover.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm like, this did not just come out a few days ago.
Yeah, I think it's been republished with a new cover.
Okay.
You're right, Reggie. It is with Netflix. So I feel
know my
like
adaptations.
Netflix is
They're hopping on the fantasy.
top of things more than I feel like other companies when it
Mhm.
comes to like book adaptation, because Emily Henry's is
Yeah, People We Meet on
Netflix?
Vacation is Netflix.
right. So I'm curious if it will actually.
I know, because they told us we were gonna have the selection and we didn't get it.
Maybe they have a harder time coming to
Like agreements.
agreements on things.
Yes, yeah. Maybe
that
some
would make
authors
sense.
are very like, no, you're going to stick to the book and this is how it's going to be. I'm not saying that Emily Henry isn't that way, because I think a rom-com is very different than a fantasy adaptation. So maybe that's why we're seeing some of these books being picked up, but nothing ever comes of them because the authors are being a lot more picky, which is great.
Yeah.
I'd rather them be picky and it not
So-
happen than them not care and it be,
bad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
no, I agree. I hope it does, and that's really exciting for her.
Mhm.
I mean, I obviously don't know anything, like Kennedy said, so maybe I'll be more excited after I read this book. So I wonder if she had to pitch like the entire series.
Kind of like Rebecca Yarros.
Yeah,
had to.
probably.
Maybe.
Interesting, because I feel like it'd be hard to pick something up for like a movie if they're like, well,
How's this gonna end?
yeah, like
Mhm.
you only
How many
have the
books?
first
How
book.
many-
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I wonder, did it say it was going to be a show or if it was going to be a movie?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
It says, it doesn't say. So I wonder if that is maybe undecided. It just says Quicksilver is coming to the Netflix screen. So I don't know if it's.
It just has 2 so far.
Okay.
I
I
would
mean,
love
I
if
would-
it was a duology.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
We don't have enough of those. But Quicksilver, Callie Hart, our book club book for January. It's fantasy. It's about Fae. How many pages did you say it
I
was?
think it's like 620 something.
Which is honestly pretty
24.
decent. Yeah, a pretty decent length. Not too long,
Yeah.
not too short. I'm excited.
It's rated very highly.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Like 4.45 stars on Goodreads out of like
pretty
over
good,
100,000. So
I'm excited.
can't wait. So let's chat. Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I don't know why I just love this cover so much.
The cover is cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
This was also a book of the month pick. As a reminder, the way that we do our book club book episodes is we start off with our reviews, sharing our star ratings, what we thought about the book overall. Then we get into our likes, our dislikes, kind of just discuss. I guess with this one, we're not going to need to discuss anything like theories or anything. But yeah, then we'll jump into a potential fan cast. Can't wait for mine. Because it's just really fun. Because, as we were just talking about, adaptations, you just never know what could get picked up. And, maybe I would love to like be able to sit here one day and have something that's like not picked up and us say our fan cast for it and then it actually happen one day. We're just manifesting. So
yeah, we're putting it out into the world.
Does
And
anyone...
honestly,
oh, sorry.
this would be a really fun rom-com.
Yeah.
A very fun Christmas rom-com, which, did you guys look at her author bio in the back of the book? She wrote a Christmas rom-com for Netflix.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer.
Which one?
It says in the back, I think it's A Castle for Christmas.
Yes.
It stars Brooke Shields, if you guys know who Brooke Shields is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched the trailer for it. I was thinking about maybe watching it yesterday. Didn't happen, but the trailer, it looked cute.
Well, cool.
So if you loved this book and you loved Allie's writing, you can go ahead and go to Netflix and watch her Christmas rom-com that she wrote.
Even though, Christmas is over at this point. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
fine.
true.
Does anyone... Who has their grading? I might need to like...
I mean, I can go first.
know. I think I know it.
I think I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. And it's funny because we had this conversation where obviously the books that you read around the time that you read books affect your ratings of other books. And I was trying really hard to separate myself from the book I read before this to this one, because the book I read before was like sci-fi fantasy and this is obviously just a rom-com, but I couldn't separate myself from it. So I think had I not read that book prior to this book, I probably would have maybe rated it higher. But for me, it was 3 stars, which is still so great. I would recommend this to so many people because it was just a rom-com with a little bit of mystery, and it was fun and unserious, and I like giggled and kicked my feet. It was a good time, but nothing too crazy or something I'm going to be thinking about long term.
Yeah. I'm going to say ditto, because that's literally like exactly what I was thinking as far as like, I think I would have enjoyed this book a lot more had I felt like a little bit of a reading fatigue. You know how like sometimes you're just like needing something? I wasn't really needing this book at this time. But
let's also put in perspective that Reggie is currently also reading Manacled at the same time as this book. So I mean, you know,
I truly just like right now it's just like Eat Sleep Manacled, and then like I was trying really hard to like immerse myself in this. Like I was putting up some Christmas decorations. I was yeah, but I still really really enjoyed it. It just wasn't like the right time for me to read it, I think. I thought that the overall vibes were just fun. I loved the fact, okay, well, I'll get this into the loves in a second, but I guess overall, it was really fun, and I loved that it's very different from a lot of rom-coms that I've read because it had that mystery twist, and it was also Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that.
Same. 3 stars. I don't know. I feel like for me, and I'm no author, I would have laid it out differently.
okay.
Yes.
Meaning,
Like I would have skipped the entire first part of her going to that Christmas party
okay.
and just like immediately going into them flying there. And so it's kind of like, and then you start getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the beginning really sucked for me.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I just was like, I don't get it. I don't know.
And I mean, I guess it was the whole purpose of the Christmas party was literally just for that one line of dialogue where he says, of course he left her. Like, of course her husband left her.
Yeah.
But that could have also been
like a flashback.
yes, or it could have been done No, I see what you mean. I totally get what you mean. Because I feel like that's the only reason she went to the Christmas party. That was the only purpose.
Well, and also, like, I was like, I don't even know how far I was into the book, and I finally was like, when is this crime gonna take place? Like, because I knew it was a short book, and so I kind of felt like the ending, it was like a lot happened, and then the beginning felt really slow for the length of the book that it was.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. The content itself was good. I just would have outlined it differently. So where the crime happened sooner, and then you start putting these puzzle pieces together of like why they dislike each other, and like, you know, I don't know. That's what I would say. The reason why I am giving it 3 stars, but it is still really good. It was good. But yeah,
I mean, it was everything that I could have necessarily wanted in a book like this.
Yeah.
I mean, there were things obviously maybe Allie could have expanded on, but very fun.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. How does this compare? Because you read her Blonde Identity, correct?
Yeah. I think I like Blonde Identity more.
Okay.
But that's just also because I like fast-paced books, and that one's just more fast-paced.
Is it still kind of that romance mystery vibe? Like, is there still romance in that book? Okay.
Yes. I would say it's more so, like, more intense than just, like, them being at a house.
Like less
lots
cozy?
Of, like lots of traveling and, like, mystery. What's going on? Lots of questions. Yeah, less cozy, I would say.
Okay.
But I think they're both still really good.
I definitely will read The Blonde Identity by Allie. I really liked her writing. It was really fun, fast paced. You know, it was really fun.
Well, I also really enjoy about her writing is like I feel like I had this vivid picture in my mind of everything, like how the mansion looked and the scenery of everything. I mean, it definitely does help that like it has Knives Out vibes, and so maybe I was picturing Knives Out mansion, but yeah, it was good. All 3 stars. 3 stars across the board.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Let's talk about our loves, because the thing I think I really loved about this was the fact that like he fell first.
Yeah.
And his point of views I love so much, which we didn't get one for a while.
Yeah, I kept waiting and waiting.
I was like, come on, because when it started, I started the audiobook first. And when I saw that, oh my gosh, what's his name? The guy that narrates
Abby Jimenez's books.
Yeah. Love him so much. I got so excited, and I loved if you listen to the audiobook, the tapes, when they did the like interrogation tapes, it like sounded like they were being like recorded on a tape, and the dialogue went like back and forth. I loved that so much. So I was really waiting for his chapters, and then when they came, like that's when I feel like I finally got really into the book. But I really liked his character. And yeah, the whole scene where he's describing when she walks into the elevator, I just thought that was so cute.
Yeah.
I loved that a lot.
Yeah.
I know that you said on your
I want to know what your favorite. Michaela specifically said on Goodreads she can't wait to tell us her favorite part. So I'm very excited.
Here's my thought process. Okay. I think some of the things he said were like freaking cute. But I wonder if it was a movie, if it would not be cute and it would be easy.
Yeah, 100%.
The amount of sweethearts.
I do love sweetheart. I don't know why though. Like, tell me how you really feel, sweetheart.
You want to make out? You share your favorite. You share your favorite.
Yeah. Okay, I took a picture.
I can't wait.
My favorite part. And like this is actually genuinely a favorite part of mine, not like a sarcastic favorite part.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys would take either way. This was just my favorite line, and that made me like drop my book and went, oh. It was, how did I really look? And then, but Ethan grew serious, thinking, remembering, and deciding. And he said, I thought you looked like forever.
Yeah. That was cute.
That had me dropping my book and be like, yes.
I feel like Allie had to have known writing Ethan, just that all the ladies were going to be giggling, kicking their feet. He had so many good one-liners.
Oh, so
Yeah, he
many.
did.
And just his character in general is what sold this book for me.
Yeah.
He was just this witty, sarcastic, suave guy. But then you kind of hear his backstory about, you know, the Secret Service and his dad and whatever. And he's kind of this softy. I don't know. I guess I just love a man in a leather jacket.
Oh wait, you go. You haven't said your favorite part, did you?
Yeah, I liked that he fell first and
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
elevator
The elevator
scene.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. So
I will say, I loved him so very much, but I wish they would have played more into him being the bad guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it went immediately into his point of view and it was like, she's gone. And I was like, I felt so betrayed
Mm-hmm.
after the ending of that chapter. And I wish it would have gone into her point of view. So you felt a little bit betrayed for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you could have that emotion too. But immediately, as soon as it was his, I was like, okay, well,
yeah.
he's not the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard because the book, I love short books because, you know, for the most part, they get to the point and they're quick, they're easy to read. But it's hard when it's only like 300 pages.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if she would have taken some of the beginning out, we could have maybe had an additional chapter where we thought he betrayed her.
Yeah.
So
Because then I don't know, it's a fun feeling. Not fun. Sometimes. It's a fun feeling to feel betrayed in a book. You know, to have that emotion. So that was my one thing. I mean, I obviously was like, knew it wasn't going to be him because he's such like a golden retriever
mm-hmm.
suave guy.
Mhm.
So, but that was a fun little twist to it.
I didn't really think really hard about that till you said it. Because, yeah, when all of a sudden his point of view came in, then I was like, oh, okay. But also, one thing that I thought was interesting, I don't know if I would consider this a love or a not love, is we still don't know how she got out of the room. I kind of wanted to like know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder if it was one of those writing processes where like she didn't even know.
Yeah,
but
that's
like
what.
meaning like she's like, oh, the character didn't let me know. You know how they kind
Yeah.
of like
Mhm.
immerse themselves in like, oh, it just like she just doesn't let me know how she. I don't know.
So I'm like, is there like a secret door?
There
I don't
had
know.
to have been.
I don't know why I was really just like fixated on that part
know-
for a minute, but
Let's come up with a theory on how you think she escaped. I think there's a bookshelf.
Yeah, there's got to be a
Like a
secret
door.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like the tunnels they were in.
Yeah.
Like secret door
Because
vibe.
it was her office with so many
Mhm.
books, and I'm sure
Mhm.
one of her books pull a lever down. Because it's not like she's older; she can't do anything like super
Well,
physical.
yeah. 'cause, like she wouldn't have like climbed out a window.
Well, no, because
or-
the snow was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
So there has to be a secret door.
yeah.
She army crawled on the bottom of the floor so the camera didn't pick her up to get out of the door. The lady's 80. She can't. She's not army crawling.
Yeah, that's why I was like, trap door, secret door.
Another
Anyways.
thing I also really loved, and for some reason I didn't really see this coming, was the fact that like James was in on it the entire time, the butler, because he was there at the end of the book with her,
Yeah,
and I just was like, oh, they're in love, they're so cute, and he knew the entire time,
yeah,
or maybe he didn't. At least the way I interpreted it was he knew the entire time
yeah.
Yeah.
where she was.
I feel like he
Yeah.
was playing into it a little
Mhm.
bit.
Maybe
Try-
not who the killer was, but he knew that she was alive
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah. Facilitating that
Mhm.
they could
Mhm.
figure it out.
Mhm.
No, that was fun. That made me really want to go to like a resort.
Yeah.
I still don't know where I'm going yet, but
Oh, one last other thing that I really loved was, and this kind of leads into maybe something that I disliked about the book. I really loved that Ethan was just like with Maggie. He just kept telling her like, trust yourself, trust yourself, because she came from this relationship where she was just gaslit the entire time, which kind of leads me into something that I didn't really love about the book. The chapter, for some reason, I just thought this was so, like, I get why it happened, but also as kind of like, this just feels weird when they were having a competition of who had the worst Christmas. When they were laying in bed and they both were like, oh, well, on this Christmas, this happened to me. And then the other would be like, well, on this Christmas, this happened to me. And it just felt like a competition. It just was weird to me that they were like having this conversation.
The point.
Yeah, like
you guys don't like Christmas.
Yeah, and you guys have had sucky Christmases. But it just was like, well, I'm going to beat you because let me tell you, my Christmas is the worst. But also at the same time, when you find out that she was locked in this wine cellar for a day and a half and her best friend and her husband didn't notice she was gone. Horrible.
Yeah, that was way sad.
Horrible.
The poor thing.
But yeah, that to me, I didn't really love that. And also, I don't know if you guys felt like this, but I loved when they, quote, hated each other. Their banter when they hated each other was just top tier. And then I felt like it was so fast. I almost felt like it was Insta Love, just a teeny bit.
I feel like he fell first, and he was so like confident in his feelings for her, and then her feelings kind of came out of nowhere to me.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the main reasons why I didn't rate it a lot higher, was just because I wanted maybe a little bit more pining from her side. Like, I know that he had this thing for her for years and years and years, but her just, it kind of felt really Insta lovey. Like, they were together for 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, it's like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, she went from hating his guts to like, I love you in 3 days, which they went through a lot of trauma in those 3 days.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think that's one of the reasons why.
I mean, I agree with you guys. I think she was also denying it because she said she like knew she liked him since Phoenix, but she was like denying it.
Yeah, it was like it all just kind of clicked at once, and then it was like,
yeah,
let's make out.
Like, okay, that line was a little cringy to me, but also I ate it up. I thought it was so funny.
It's kind of funny.
It was meant, I think genuinely this book was meant to be very unserious and not taken like extremely literally.
Yeah. Also, did you guys call that it was the niece?
Oh,
I knew it was the niece, but I didn't know it was like they were in collaboration.
Like the lawyer?
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was the niece from the first time she started talking, and I don't know why.
Yeah, same.
Well,
I don't even know why. It was just giving. I'm like, it's got to be this girl.
It's giving you actually don't care.
Well, as soon as they mentioned the lawyer's shellfish allergy at the beginning of the book when they first meet him, I was like, oh. And then she, you know, I was like, something's going to happen with the shellfish. And then the fact that, you know, she took away the shellfish, I was like, okay, hang on.
Yeah.
A little fishy here.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to like, I also was like in the back of my mind, like, who is responsible for all of this? While they were making out. I feel like I've already voiced some of my dislikes. Just like the pacing. The pacing was really hard for me. It was like over halfway before we even got into the crime.
Yeah.
So that was, I feel like, a little bit of a bummer for me. But yeah, I think I pretty much have voiced it all.
Yeah, my other thing was just that I felt like he kind of said sweetheart a little too much. Kind of lost its like flavor, you know?
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cute, but like it was kind of one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's not as cute when you say it so much. I also feel like he said, "Who did this to you?" And I'm not mad about this, but I swear he said it like at least 3 times.
He did say it, I think 3 times.
He did say it a few times. So like when he said it again, I was kind of like, oh, there it is. But that's just me being picky.
I do feel like some of the things he said was a bit dramatic.
Yeah, a little bit corny.
For a rom-com. Like, I could understand it in a fantasy book. I know that sounds so mean, but I feel like things are a little bit more high stake. Like, the things he said were just like...
Well, when he found her, and she like, when she like went missing, and then he finds her.
Yeah.
Who did this to you then? I was like, okay. When was the other time he says it?
He says it in Tucson
Yeah,
when she's crying. He says it, and then he also says it. There's a time before she gets taken.
Yeah.
Oh, was it when she gets hit in the head? No, because that's when she gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one other time. I can't remember.
There is one other time.
But yeah.
Is she crying again?
But I kind of love hearing who did this to you in like a rom-com. I just thought it was funny that it was said like 3 different times.
I think just genuinely, I already said this, but I think she didn't intend for it to feel super realistic.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, I think this is meant to be I mean, obviously not realistic and very over the top is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. I think that's what she intended, and she achieved that.
Yeah.
So if you kind of just take yourself out of it and not picture it like real people, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I'm really glad we picked this for December. I think it was the perfect it had a little bit of Christmas, not too much. A little bit of mystery, a little bit of romance. I mean, this happened with our last book club book, June Farrow. I feel like a lot of people would like this. Like, it works for a lot of different type of readers.
I think so too. All right. Should we get into our fan cast?
Yes. And I can go first, kind of.
Okay.
And I love that it's compared, you know, to the Knives Out, but also I kind of hated it at the same time because I just felt like I could only picture the characters from Knives Out this entire book. So Ethan to me was Chris Evans.
I actually will take no one else for Ethan.
He would do so well.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, spoiler for Knives Out. If you haven't seen it, skip for like 30 seconds. I would like to see him not be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like him to be like
this suave. He could just play it so well. This suave author.
Or I also pictured Glenn Powell.
Oh, he would be good too.
Maybe I don't think he fits. I think he fits the suaveness. But I don't know, like, necessarily looks wise if that's like who I would picture. Just maybe more the characters he's played on screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's same.
From the beginning, I was like, you are Chris Evans. Chris Evans is you. Yeah, that's who I pictured.
Yeah. Oh no.
You missed Reggie's. Are you going to say what you said on Fable?
Yeah.
You missed it, Michaela.
Oh, I didn't read.
So Kennedy put on Fable, she was like, I can only picture Chris Evans because of like the Knives Out like similarity. And in my mind, I'm like, honestly, if I had to pick an actor, like that's who it'd be. But because I was thinking like this really cute author, I was picturing Pierce Brown the entire time.
Okay, and let me just tell you guys, I went on a deep dive after I finished Lightbringer, watching so many interviews of this man.
Yeah.
He 100% could play that character. He just has this charisma.
Yeah, he's just like so, I don't know. And I was like looking at the cover, I'm like, okay, obviously this is like a little cartoon drawing, but I'm like, he's got the like dark hair. I don't know. I couldn't help but like think about it because it was just, yeah, he's just this really attractive author and he's got charisma.
I'm pretty sure he's really tall.
I was giving Pierce Brown. So
I don't mind that.
Pierce Brown, you should be writing books, but you know, if you want to get into acting, I gotta roll for you. But like on a more serious note, I would probably say Chris Evans too. I know it's like you're saying, like, I can't help it because of the Knives Out thing, but like, truly, he would slay.
He would.
In a sweater and a leather jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Who did this to you?
Oh.
Sweetheart, let's make out.
Well, just picture him with his, like, is he from Brooklyn? Where is he from? No, he's from...
I don't know.
He's from Apoctica. What that accent? Where is it from?
Jersey.
Yeah. Anyways, he has like an accent. He's from somewhere where he has like a little bit of an accent. Imagine his little accent peeking through when he says "sweetheart." I'm sold.
Yeah, I just will take no one else.
Yeah.
Like I actually wrote in parentheses like no one else can be. I don't know why. And for Maggie, I was really trying not to do Ana de Armas because she's in Knives Out. I had two people. I don't know if these two have been in a movie together. I was also trying to pick people that haven't been in a movie with him. I don't know. I picked Lily James.
Ooh. I thought you were gonna
or Leighton Leighton Meester.
Yeah.
Both of those would be good.
Yeah. Those were who I was like, I was trying to pick. I don't know.
I like that one. I was thinking, I think she might be, I don't know what the age gap is with this though. For some reason I was picturing like Lily Collins.
Okay.
But those are all kind of the same vibe. Yeah.
So yeah, when you said Lily, I was like, are we on to the same? Yeah. I was kind of, I don't know why I was picturing her. I feel like it's because I was just, the personality of her character was sometimes kind of giving me like Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
no, I like that one too. That's a good one.
I cast Chris Evans' wife, Elba Bautista.
Oh,
okay. That's fun.
Just like a
That
cute
would be
little,
really
yeah, a
cute.
cute
That would
little
be
rom-com
cute.
with husband and
I'm
wife.
sure he would be obsessed with that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. She kind of fits the vibe.
Like-
they all of those actresses look very similar. And as soon as Chris Evans was in my mind, I'm like, oh, let's have his wife play Maggie.
Yeah.
It just
That's
made
cute.
sense.
So cute.
So
I love that. Actually, I feel like that would be so fun. Like you're acting, but like you're just flirting with your wife. Like you don't want to make out. Like that would be so funny.
Yeah.
I think people would probably eat it up even more, knowing like
yeah. I need
that
more
she's
movies with
his wife.
people playing
So,
opposite their
that's a great
spouse.
pick. Honestly, I like all of those.
Those are all very good
Yeah.
picks.
but only Chris Evans and Pierce Brown.
Do you
What
guys
can
have
I
another
say?
fan cast?
I didn't.
I have
didn't do
one
any
for
more.
Eleanor.
Okay.
That's the author, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Her name is, give me a second. I think it's because I think she is British. Maybe I'm making it up. You guys know the old school 101 Dalmatians live action? The lady that plays Cruella DeVille? Her name is Glenn Close.
Oh, she's so cute. Yeah.
She's British, I'm pretty sure. No, she's definitely American. It says
Does say
American right here.
American.
Yeah. But in 101 Dalmatians, she has a British accent. Maybe I'm making that up. That's who I pictured.
I feel that's a good one. I have
Meryl Streep. She isn't British, but she's an icon, and she has done movies where she's British.
I could see Meryl Streep as well.
That's so funny because I'm
But I
reading
like
a
that.
book where the character runs into Meryl Streep.
Oh my gosh. Meryl Streep is just
Honestly,
the perfect.
I was
she's an
reading
icon.
2 rom-coms at the same time. So I was
Mhm.
reading and listening, and that was a big mistake because
Mhm.
I was sometimes like getting confused. Because the first little bit, I thought she had red curly hair, but that's the other
Wrong
book.
book, yeah.
And then I was looking at the cover, I was like, wait, no, she doesn't have red curly hair.
That's a brave thing to do. 2 rom-coms at the same time.
I'm pretty sure the story to no. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they're divorced. Both of them are divorced. But no, I don't think so. I know. It's just because I was reading that one and then I was listening to
I
one.
just remembered like the part when she's on the phone with the friend.
Oh, about her being pregnant?
Yeah.
That would suck. And also, why? That's literally the stupidest thing. Why does she need to know?
She doesn't.
Honestly,
No. I was really mad about that. I just remembered that now that you.
But
I
then
wouldn't
Ethan
want
swooped
to
in.
know.
My man swooped in.
Yeah, I had to set it up for him to say, "Who did this to you?"
I thought that they had like maybe gotten together in Tucson
That's
or
what
something
I
else
was
had happened.
thinking.
So I was kind of a little disappointed when I'm not saying that's all that happened, but I thought something.
I kind
Anyway.
of liked it because it kind of kept like them on their toes a little bit around each other, because it was like he already had feelings for her at that point, but it kind of made her mind, like made her have this internal battle where she's like, I hate him, but also like on one of my worst days, like he was there for me. And so then it was like, like she had that in the back of her mind the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it.
True.
But
I just genuinely can't believe she didn't remember him.
Well,
Well,
remember
ouch.
he had. Well,
She was having like a panic attack,
Yeah.
but like they had a full-blown conversation.
But also he had mentioned that he had like just been out of surgery. He had lost a ton of weight.
Oh, that's true.
He had like his hair was crazy. He had a beard, but also at the same time
Did
he would
say
still
his
look the
name?
I don't think he ever said his
Did you
name.
not say his name?
No. And also she was like focusing on her POS husband.
Yeah,
So
that's true. It's a pretty straightforward book. I feel like
Christmas pick.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I don't think we missed anything.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this book. I thought it was a fun pick for the season. And now we've wrapped up our book club books for 2024. That actually feels so wild. So wild. So now we will see you guys in 2025 with our next book club book, Quicksilver by Callie Hart.
That's crazy.
We can't wait to read along and with you guys. Feel free to join us on Fable if you haven't already. As a reminder, if you're not familiar with what Fable is, it's just like a app for book clubs. It kind of gives like vibes like Goodreads, where you can rate stuff. You can sync your Goodreads to it, but there's a little forum on there when you join where you can go and interact with everyone in the book club chapter by chapter. And so that way nothing gets spoiled for you. It's really fun to see everyone's thoughts and like in the past like theories and stuff. So feel free to join us over there on Fable. It's linked in our Instagram highlight. If it's not on our link tree, we're going to go add that. And I think that's everything. So we hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Love you lots.
Happy New Year.
Oh, wait. Did I just say how hope we have a lovely Christmas?
You said
It's a
holiday
holiday
season.
Holiday
Hey,
season.
New Year is still holiday.
It is a holiday.
We're recording this before Christmas. So anyways, have a lovely holiday season. Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye.